and we were like in a crater, some sort, as far as we can tell. We further on discovered the what do you call it, like the properties of the items that we got out of the temple, with the Eye of Soul, the Wind of Soul, the Hand of Soul, and the um, Hand of no, what is it? The rapier, whatever it's called. Um, and the Eye of Soul being the which Manvath has, he can actually see the time and splits in time with that. The Wind of Soul, which also gives some nice bonuses in terms of movement. And the Hand of Soul, which is the bracer, which allows some cleric stuff to happen. So he gets one spell slot for the cleric, and proficiency in religion, as well as +1 wisdom. And the question is if the Raper, which is still with the Darex, if he's going to attune to it, because everybody has to attune to it, with no negative effect so far as we can see.
Yeah, I'll
uh,
look into it. I guess we'll find out what it is.
yeah, we will find out
Let me
what it
know.
is. However, is that we are currently basically in a I wouldn't say underground, but I said semi-underground, or in a very low-level jungle, with being in a massive crater, for lack of better terms. This is as far as we know. And Klee had to climb a fair bit to actually push through the canopy using the tree. And then we were resting up, and we all got did we not got a level up? Yeah, we all got a level up.
Yes.
And that is the short form of it.
Okay. Any questions, Edorex?
So we've escaped the catacombs.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now we're just in the very low level section of the jungle.
So it felt like something was really bad was about to happen because there was that ticking noise in the catacombs. So we left, and we found that one way out, which was a staircase leading down. It led way down. It was 60 flights of stairs that led us to a tunnel. So we were deep, deep underground because we were underground to begin with. That whole place was underneath the jungle. So we were really deep by the time we hit the bottom of that flight of stairs. We escaped via a tunnel. At the end of that tunnel, Klee used the other iron key to open the door. However, the ticking stopped as we were going down that tunnel, and something really bad was right on our tails.
And maybe to add to that one, the tunnel itself, basically the stone of the tunnel was not right. It was not carved out. It was real more like glass, the stone. So it seemed like melted. So it took a lot of magical energy to create this tunnel.
Yeah, it was probably stone shaped or something into the way it was.
Yeah,
Uh,
it took magic. We were never able to, I think, identify what exact magic it was.
when we came out of the tunnel, we found ourselves once again in the jungle, except we had gone down 60 flights of stairs in an already underground cavern. So we were deep, but here was the jungle again. So we got a hypothesis and climbed a tree, and we're at the bottom of a massive ravine filled with ruins. So we are currently in an underground jungle.
Okay.
There are holes in the ceiling with big overhangs that natural sunlight and waterfalls are still coming down for. So it is open to the sky, but it is ridiculously high above us. So we are kind of in a massive ravine or sinkhole or whatever you want to call it, underground below the jungle. That has a jungle of its own, and it is full of these ruins that we haven't really explored too much. And the guess was that the reason nobody has been able to find the civilization we're here to find is just because it's underground. It's been underground the whole time. That's why no one can find it.
So basically, it's Inception. It's a jungle within a jungle.
All right. Okay.
The walls go up maybe over like a mile or two. They're tall, and then the overhangs are also very long themselves. So there's no way we're climbing out of here without a very good climbing setup, which we don't have. And we can't go back the way we came because whatever shit went down that tunnel is probably still there. So we're stuck down here.
We just haven't like found the fast travel point back to the beginning of the dungeon, right?
Not yet.
I played Skyrim. I know how this works.
And did I hear you say you did or you did not attune to your rapier?
I did attune to my rapier.
Okay. Your rapier's damage is a 1d10.
Oh.
You gain a new ability, so you'll have to create this, or just put it in your notes or something. You get something called the Flame of Soul. Lunge forward, separating your body into dark flame-like blades, evading attacks, and damaging and burning your target. The burn damage is a 1d4. The flame is a black flame.
Wait a minute. I think I just figured something out.
Do tell.
Magical weapon, correct?
I think these magic items have 2 skill trees. And which one you're accessing is dependent on what color you are.
Or what tattoo we have?
Yeah, there's 2 of us that have white affinity. Oh, god damn it. Please don't do this again. There's 2 of us with white and 4 of us
Okay,
with white.
yes, Mr. Hilter.
If you know who is wearing the cross.
Fuck.
Loss, I am putting in a formal complaint. You must rename these affinities. I will not do this. But so far, some of the abilities that we've heard Los talk about are like black sword, black flame, and all of that. So it makes me think that these not only the magical effects these things express is somewhat dependent on the affinity
The
of the
light
person
or
that tunes
shadow.
to it. So the gauntlets I've got do something different on one of you guys that has the black affinity.
Well, it's easy to find out
Yeah.
with the next long rest.
Switch
We can
'em out.
just,
Well,
We can
I mean, I'm. This is an observation I noticed just through Los's descriptions out of character. I don't know if Clee's figured that out yet because we haven't even used any of these powers.
Is there any way to just edit my rapier to
do stun.
no, just to like make it the stats I've been given for this new weapon?
Oh yeah, you can go into and edit it, and change its base weapon dice from a D8 to a D10.
It doesn't look like I have the ability to do that. I'm clicking on the damage value and it's not letting me update it.
Clicking on the damage value, you got to edit it.
There should be an edit item. There should be an edit item option.
You right click it.
Edit
click
item.
on
I click on it. It opens the window for the item's description. Action damage. I cannot edit these values if I click on
Look at the top. There's description, details, and effects. Click details.
Okay, got it.
Scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see something that says 1d8 plus at mod. Change that to a 1d10 at mod.
Okay, and what were you talking about moving forward and invading attacks? How exactly does that work? Is that just like I can move my movement without taking attacks of opportunities? Is that what you mean?
It means you get a lunge ability as an attack move that allows you to lunge forward, becoming your body basically disintegrates into black flames shaped like swords while you do this lunge. And when you're in that black flame form, you take no damage.
Okay, and I'm assuming the distance is just my normal move speed.
Correct.
So basically, you got a short-term teleport if you want to close the gap on something.
Did you give us armor class on these? Yeah,
Armor
for the
class.
cloak.
I'm
and for the-
doing-
It
How many
has
times can I use this in a day?
what? Sorry, what?
How many times can I use this in a day?
Uh,
Style of fighting are you trying to go for?
I guess like frontline tank. I don't really understand the question.
Um,
Are you
I was
like asking
I
about my
was
character build or down the line or what?
kind of. I'll just say it plainly. I was thinking about specking into dual wielding.
Well, I've already taken a perk that is dueling,
All right.
so that would not really synergize at all.
I think the question more from Silas is like, can he be the DD with two weapons where you be basically shield and sword? I think this is where you're more going for.
I think that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wanted
I
a
just
bit more
wanted to
armor
know if you.
class.
Yeah, I was just wanting to know if you had kind of meant maybe do something like that in the future. If not, never mind.
No, not at the moment.
All right.
Yeah, so armor class.
Yes, that's why I got the sword and shield. Anything else, I guess?
Not for me.
No, I think that's it. That's pretty much it. We can jump into it.
Mood music.
Oh, Jay,
Yeah.
+2.
A +2 rapier.
Oh,
Nice.
no, not the rapier. His cloak. Jay's cloak.
Oh,
Partial armor +2 to his armor class.
it adds to his armor class. Damn. You keep that thing.
It's considered stat-wise to be somewhat like a chain cloak,
Oh, okay.
I guess would be the best description without giving anything away.
All right, good to know. I can get some things like that to improve my AC as well in the future.
Is it rare, very rare, legendary artifact?
You don't know. Even attuned.
Well, it has the name of our fantasy world inside. No, it must be something very common, regular that you can find on the market, man. You know what? If you want, I can take it off your hands for like 5 copper.
5 dollar.
Best I can do
Also,
is 5 copper. Pawn stars.
Jay, instead of the +5 to your movement, you need to change that to a +3.
Okay.
+3 to their movement.
Yeah.
It would round up to a 5 anyway. Each square is a 5-foot thing.
Mm,
Would they be 3/5 into a square?
well, I mean,
30 feet of movement is the same as saying
Oh.
6 squares of movement.
yeah. Okay, well, just know that a lot of the maps in this world are each tile is not necessarily a default 5.
Oh boy.
Mental math. Here we go.
Yeah.
So walk would no longer
And
be
so
30.
these items, well, yeah, your walk will. What do you mean, per the cloak, or you
Yeah,
talking
with-
about per the tiles that I'm
No, with
referring?
the cloak
Not
equipped.
Every square not being 5x5 is going to get a little messy.
Yeah, and I'll just be letting you know when we're on those maps, and of course you'll see with your measuring tool when you get there. Because some of the maps I've made are quite large. So I don't know. Maybe that I might have to rethink those stats. I tried to think ahead as much as I could for the campaign, but I might get some things wrong, guys. Okay, well
Day
then
1 content.
let's just for now you just remove the +5. No movement bonus currently, unless you decide to get stronger.
So what's that put me at? 25 then? Or is it 30 still?
Well, it's just your default now, so whatever your default is.
I think I changed it.
Should be 30.
Oh no, that's
Right?
my default. Okay.
Okay, so what's the group doing?
So we just woke up, correct, from our long rest, basically. We all rested, we all good.
Yeah.
So, I think the question for us now is, where are we going next? How are we going to approach
Yeah.
the jungle here? Because the main task is still to find clues about basically the end of times that happened. And with that, we have to basically figure out what are we doing right now, where are we going, and how are we
So
approach it.
we took a rest at base of these ruins, and we're kind of at the edge of a wall. So the entrance we came out of was basically inlaid into the wall of this ravine. So we were so to one of our sides is just the sheer cliff heading up. The other way, we have the massive gateway ruins and a wall stretching far off out of sight to our left and to our right. So we're kind of like on the outside perimeter of what's probably a circular kind of wall.
So you're suggesting to go further deeper into the ruins and basically start there?
Well, we can't just sit around here. So what we have is we can either try to go over or through the wall, or we can follow the wall to the left or the right and see where that leads us. But this is a wall, so keep something in, keep something out. Magic wall. This place might have been built in this ravine, which means that they had to have accounted for shit just falling down here, right?
Depends. We're in the middle of nowhere, and we didn't see any kind of other like signs of bigger civilization.
Did I see larger when I climbed to the top of that tree, Lois, right? And looked out across and saw the other side of this place in the far, far distance. Did I see like progressively larger ruins in the center of this place that kind of spiraled outward?
No, pretty much everything below the canopy from where you were was just a cloudy mist. You couldn't see the floor or anything below it. What you could see were like peaks of sharp, jagged. I don't know if you would consider them mountains or large rocks, enormous, that large enough to be canopy height, poking out of the mist.
So I didn't see like a gigantic Aztec ziggurat in the center of this place.
Negative.
But to your point, it is a ruin. I mean, our best guess is to further investigate and see where the ruins are leading us. If we get any hint where where these elves have been or what was going on here, because otherwise we're basically just wandering into the basically underground jungle with no aim.
Okay, do we follow the
I
path?
mean, this is I was just suggesting. I'm happy to discuss it, but this is.
Is there a path?
To ruin? Yeah, 1 second. Let me just cast Fireball.
So I just rolled for survival. Is there a path?
You see no like footpath, like a ruined road or anything like that. You do see that these ruined walls do stretch along the small river or creek, whatever you would want to call it, that flows by your campsite.
My suggestion is, if you look for a path. I mean, at one point the question is, does this feel more like we are inside of the ruins and the wall was basically to keep the jungle out, or are we on the other side of the ruins and we have to go basically into the old center, for lack of better terms?
My understanding of it, we're basically in a gigantic sinkhole.
Yeah.
Roughly circular, roughly.
Yeah.
And we're at the edge of that circle. So I presume that this is like an inner wall that might just circle around the whole place. But we can't say for sure.
But when you climbed up, are we on the? So we are on one side is the 1 second, just to orientate myself. So on one side is basically the cliff going up, correct? Did you say?
Directly behind us, where we came out of the door, is a cliff that is that is the wall.
You know what is really weird though? Why would they build a wall inside of a ravine when you basically have the cliffside as natural barrier?
For this entranceway and others like it, I suppose. I don't really get it either.
So,
As
do we have
another line of defense from invaders?
do we have a map up
You
yet?
build it to fortify.
Retaining wall.
I mean, these doomsday preppers really went out of their way. No, but I think what we need to do is basically going further inside of the circle, because this means if this is a ravine cliff, this means we're on the outside.
Yep, we need to make our way further in.
So
So
wait.
we wanna try to go through or over this wall.
I would follow the wall and maybe see if there's natural cracks inside, because how deteriorated it looks like. I would assume even within the safeguard of this, let me see, ravine jungle, for lack of better terms, there might be some structural damage and we just go through it.
So pick a direction, follow it along until we find a natural breach.
Exactly. Or at least we can try it, or we can try to move over it. But how tall is the wall in front of us?
So like the wall part of it, not the spires, but the wall part of it is about 25 feet ish, and the spires go up to about 40.
I
So
don't
wait-
want to.
So
I
wait,
don't-
these spires are interplaced along the wall?
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of a Tesla fence kind of vibe from that.
Yeah, the thing is, let me say this. I don't want to remind everybody of our jungle excursion, how good we were in climbing over like a bridge that was like, the gap was like 5 feet or something like that. Looking at you, Manrath, I mean, we all know that, we had some picking up to do here.
There's
You
a
went from
hole,
not-
I'll find it.
You went from
Yeah.
not calling anyone out to directly calling someone out, but okay.
Exactly. Good observation.
So
You get a cheese cracker. Here you go.
Hey. So we're going left or right?
Flip a coin and decide.
Exactly.
I mean, as long as we're following the wall, we can
I'm
always
going
turn
left,
out.
and I'm
We
already starting to walk. Dup, 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 dup. Bye bye.
Hello.
Let's go left before he dies.
Okay, let's go. Left it is. Also, guys, I was meditating on these things, and these gauntlets have some pretty crazy divine magic in them. I haven't really tested it yet, but we'll see.
Do you take resurrection as then divine magic?
I don't think I'm that strong.
Some doctor you are.
Okay.
Never gonna be better than Dr. Mud, I'll tell you that much.
Mud butt, more like.
Oh my god. Do I know about the legend of Dr. Mud? I'm going to make a history roll for that one.
This expertise in medicine is wasted. I'm never using it on.
Oh, and I would also
Where's history? Do I know about Dr. Mud?
You might have heard of him.
Have I heard a song about Dr. Mud?
you've heard of Dr. Mud.
Oh my god, yes, he is fantastic. He invented the mud bath. His healing power are equal to God, what I heard.
As we go, I'm gonna perform the song of the mud bath.
Okay, and also the three of you age affected
Yeah.
after your long rest. You are all noticeably, visibly aged and altered.
Wait,
Yeah.
they're still aging?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Great.
oh
How
shit.
how many years?
How much older do we look now? I thought it was like 10 last time. I mean, I think I lived like for 120 years as a kobold.
A kobold actually lives comically long. They just get
Yeah.
killed first.
I got like the years to burn, but this is a little bit alarming.
Well, I will say that all three of you certainly do feel different now that you're out of the catacombs. You've essentially only aged about another 2 years,
But they're still aging.
but they're
Oh,
still.
great.
They've been cursed with the curse of aging. Okay, we need to get that curse removed or you're all dead.
It might not
Some
be a curse,
lotion,
it might be
some
just
mud.
be natural. The curse of aging is something very natural.
You aged 2 years in 1 day.
This
Well,
is how much stress I have, okay? Thank you for noticing.
Eh,
the Jork still performs quite nicely for everyone.
Yeah. So
Despite his old age, the arthritis in his
it's
fingers.
incredible that you rolled an 8 and it became a 21.
Regretting the orc and goblin choices. Anyway,
Oh.
and apparently we don't
You
have time
okay?
to wait.
Yeah, no map.
Really?
I've got Fighting the Walls, Jungle Catacombs, Searching of the Lost City, and then a world map. That's the only ones I've got.
Yeah, finding the walls is where you should be at.
And there's no map.
Die
It's just a
Shorak.
picture.
Soon we can say we're too old for this shit.
It should just be a picture
Okay,
of a jungle with some ruins and some water.
gotcha.
Let's go, Riggs Fang.
Okay, so you guys are moving along. Everyone, please roll perception for me.
So they can all hear my beautiful song.
Perception. Yeah, most likely with my advanced age, I need glasses. Hey, where's my roll? Normal. Guys, I need glasses for my old age.
No, you're old.
What?
I said you're old.
You have to speak louder.
Let me catch my breath. You're old.
I know it's cold. Take a blanket.
Oh, okay.
How old
That
is your
sounds
goblin start off with?
70.
1 second, I have to actually check. He doesn't have long, man. Just
Yeah,
saying
how
this.
old do goblins get? How much more time do you got?
They live to about 70.
That's more than I'd expect from a goblin, I'll be honest.
I mean, most goblins don't reach 70 as well, but
Neither do us kobolds. We don't have a good track record of staying alive.
All right, Monroth, we gotta get moving before these guys age out of
Staying
existence.
alive.
I feel a comical death coming on.
Because if they're really aging that fast, the boat trip it took us to get here was like weeks. They would never make it. They would be a pile of ashes before when we finally made our way back, and we'd have to find our way back from down here anyway.
dying on a cruise ship like every old person. Oh, what a wonderful.
Oh, is that a
thought.
boulder trap ahead? I think I'll wander in that direction.
Our only hope is to find a way to cure them of this curse while we're here.
Or
I
not.
mean, if somebody would just have clerical gloves and would have picked the right spell of curing stuff, just
Out of character, I don't have a high enough level to access that magic yet.
out of character, I know I'm still going to make you feel bad about that.
Ah,
If you ever get paralyzed, I can heal you. I can't stop the aging.
But yes, finding you guys a cure for this curse you guys got from blowing up a dead giant king's tomb.
Whatever. He probably wasn't even that great of a king.
Exactly. If he's,
Should
making
be-
people old.
Should
Maybe
be
it
our
was like-
priority.
Maybe he was more like a second-rate king, like more had more
Yeah.
wives, affairs, and he was buried with that. Who knows,
We
You know,
came
if he was a
here-
really cool king, he would have cursed us with instant death. Well, like, this is the best he can do.
Yeah.
We came here to find a civilization. If we can find them, maybe someone there can cure you.
I can barely hear
Let's-
myself at this point.
Let's just hope they still exist. I think we all rolled perception, pretty much. Yeah, we all
Yeah.
rolled really well too.
Sure.
yeah,
Talk for yourself with perception.
is yours, wait, a 15 or a 2?
No, I had the natural one. I'm not sure. It lagged behind, so I took the second roll.
Oh, okay.
It makes much more fun with the character to have no natural ones.
Oh, alrighty, well then, everyone but LeBro and Grimfang notices as you make your way downstream from your camp's location, after some time, the overgrowth of the jungle seems to be a little more sparse on the walls, as if they've been cleaned away.
Someone's been
Do
housekeeping.
we hear anything?
And just the sounds of a jungle. Let me help you with that. Where's my jungle sounds?
Jungle Boogie.
Hey, yeah, yeah. What it was like. Sorry.
It's like Elton John saying it.
Well, now it comes with Shakira. It's time for Africa. Amina, mina, waka, waka, yeah, I forgot. Nobody watches soccer here.
At least you call that soccer and not football.
Well, yeah, I adapted a little bit because, apparently you have World Series where only North America plays and then call it World Series. I don't understand this as well, but hey, I'm not going to judge here. While actively judging, that's a Karen move. I learned that. And you age another 50 years.
So it would be on how many days? I guess it would be more like this. So it looks like someone is trimming the vines back here. I guess we're heading in the right direction to find someone at least.
Can we
Is
roll
it
for?
1 second when you say trimming the vines back? Is it somebody actively trims it, or is it some magic that prevents it from growing?
Could I take a closer look to find out if these are actually being trimmed?
You can.
What would that be?
It does not appear to be magic. It looks like
Probably a nature check.
blades.
So honest work, basically.
Or I guess I should just say Marnoth, you just don't sense any magic.
It
No
looks like
magical weed whackers were used here.
It looks like they were cut with shears or something.
It's kind of old school. For as much magic as in this place, you'd think they'd be using it to trim this back.
Maybe they're just that bored.
That's a lot of board.
Don't know how long this civilization is isolated. Don't know what they have, what they forgot.
There'll be like some crazy cannibals down here or something.
Well,
No,
if they were-
Marnoth, you noticed that too. I'm going off y'all's perception rolls.
well, if they were out here cutting these, then they would have to have been here.
This means there has to be an entrance somewhere.
Which means Klee is going to look around on the ground for tracks. Preferably humanoid.
Did that fall like perfectly on the? Oh, didn't actually like roll for me. It like fell perfectly in a raised position.
What
I'll
gave you
assist
a
you with that.
So I'm going to look for tracks, like boot prints or sandals or something.
I'm gonna help Clea out with that to give him advantage.
I will, because I understood looking for traps, I will look for traps.
Rough, but you know, 10's better than something else.
You almost got that natty one again, man.
Yes, I saw that. This character is not old, man. He did that. The will to live has escaped.
Life is a natty one.
I've seen everything in my life.
Well, I mean, as long as they weren't trying to cover the tracks. skeleton might be all right.
Well, most likely they didn't cover the tracks because. Well, let's see.
What do they have to be afraid of down there?
Yeah, what would they be afraid of exactly?
We
It's
don't
actually
know
a good
yet.
question. Wait a minute.
Yeah, we don't know yet. This is like the bottom of a recessed jungle with magic civilization ruins in it. I wouldn't be surprised if we ran into something pretty fucked up.
Man, this flipped up. Yeah.
This is a bit negative thinking. Maybe it's the same king that basically was buried there.
It's thinking that's kept me alive.
Are you guys still walking or just standing there looking at the wall?
I'm looking for tracks.
We're basically, most of us are standing around while Clee's rummaging through the grass looking for tracks that he hasn't found
Yeah,
yet.
we have the modern working society. One person is doing all the work while the others of us basically just commenting on how he can do it better and criticizing him.
We've identified that these vines have been cut by somebody, so that somebody has to have been around here and walking around to cut them. So I'm looking for tracks and to possibly determine where they came from.
You see none.
None at all.
Well, can I suggest that we follow further the wall then, if you don't see anything? Maybe because it started here, maybe it even gets better maintained, and we see an entrance.
Okay, guys, I have bad news.
Okay, we're dead. Yeah, we know.
Either whatever's trimming these vines just naturally doesn't make many traces. They don't leave any traces at all. There's magic that lets you do that, or they don't touch the ground.
But they leave no magic. At an Arcana roll, no magic was detected.
Well, a magic would just prevent them from leaving any tracks and then not be there anymore.
Yeah, but you
There'd be nothing there to trace.
Exactly, you would only detect magic if it's like an active field or something like that.
Regardless, something cut these, and they didn't leave any trace of their movements doing so. So,
Or it's something that never touches the ground.
that's what I suggested. But
Yeah,
let's
could be a spectral.
keep. Oh, I hope it's not spectral. Let's keep
What,
going.
you think
I guess
they're dead and the ghosts are cutting the trees?
nothing to do but keep going. Keep an eye out.
Just came out of a catacomb full of a bunch of dead babies. Yeah, at this rate, I'm not passing by on the possibility.
Dead babies?
I mean,
We
we said
don't-
they were kid skeletons, right?
Yeah, they were giant baby skeletons.
Oh, Yeetus the fetus.
They were bigger than we were, but they were definitely infants. Mildly alarming. Let's keep
yeah,
going.
but let's see. It's all speculation. Let's just keep on going and see what we're going at.
Ignoring sounds convenient.
It does. Let's do it. Let's keep going.
Up ahead, you all hear the faint sound of water falling. As you continue your walk, you get closer and closer to seeing waterfall falling down from the ridge way above into the stream that you're walking next to. The whole area is covered in a mist. And give me one more perception roll, everyone.
Can I get over 10 tonight? I don't think so.
All right. So everybody but Marnoth and Grimfang notice under the sand in certain parts of the bank you're walking on, and under the sand of certain parts of where the small stream flows, you can see decorated tile.
What?
Interesting.
fascinating.
Very
I think these
interesting.
used to be. I think these used to be like ornate paths before they were overtaken by the jungle. I see some rather fancy-looking tile work around under the dirt and sand.
Look down and start brushing around the sand around my feet. Do they make any kind of design that's distinguishable?
You can certainly make out a design. Um,
Doesn't seem to mean anything. Just pretty.
Is it? But if it's a path, where does it lead to?
roll history.
Here, let me check. Let me help. Clee will walk up, and you see them grab their necklace with one hand, with one paw, and make a few gestures with the other one. And they make an almost scooping kind of gesture, as they will clear a 5 foot by 5 foot square of the tiles for you to get a very good look at.
That's how you clean your litter box.
Mold earth.
As the tile is cleared away and clearly shows shades of green and blue and whites. It's very detailed and highly decorative tile.
Anybody know what this is?
There's your history roll. You do not recognize anything. You do not recognize anything.
1 second. Let me roll history and solve this for you with a natural 1.
Jesus.
Nope.
Fuck.
I have proficiency in that. That is the best part of
did
that.
not study for this test.
None of you recognize any of the symbology.
Never studied.
I don't have proficiency in history, so unless this literally relates to something I've been, I don't think I should
Is
roll.
it something that could be magical or mean something magical?
I can check with Arcana. 1 second. Let me get you another. See? Buffed in. Is this magical?
The
Oh, hey.
symbology does not depict anything magical.
These look like just really fancy tiles. What do you think these are worth? You know what? I shouldn't have asked that out loud. Sorry.
I'm taking the tile. I'm taking the tile. I'm
God.
taking the tile.
Oh my! Why?
This is your fault. This is your fault. This is what you get.
I shouldn't have said anything.
I don't think the cobblestone is worth picking up. Probably more weight to value than it's worth.
Guys, you're literally dying. Let's keep going.
I would like to take a tile with me.
Strength,
You know,
please.
Strength? Oh shit, man.
Oh, I forgot to mention, it's made out of solid gold. These are streets of gold.
Almost.
What the fuck, man?
Dude. At least you're getting the bad rolls out of the way now.
As you try and pry the piece out, you can't get anywhere in between the tile to pry, and whatever's holding it together doesn't budge.
when does he get a hernia from trying to lift shit he can't?
I already have a hernia, man. For my age. Okay, let's keep on going. Fucking tile piece of...
It's not going anywhere.
See if we can try and stay on these tiles. Maybe it'll lead us somewhere. Why else would they decorate the area?
Do they happen to be yellow?
Follow the yellow dick shoot.
What?
Follow the yellow dick shoot.
I'm ignoring that and walking forward.
Is there a cowardly lion somewhere?
Maybe, but you won't like where you have to look.
With a mouse with cheese.
Enough with the cheese, please.
I haven't offered you cheese once.
I'm sorry.
You don't offer cheese. You force it
I
on.
know you haven't. I apologize. The fault is not yours that I'm sick of the cheese.
I'm staring at Klee as he's speaking. Like, you don't mean me, do you? Kind of look.
Was that a blue jay? Come on, let's go take a closer look. Creatures down here might be magical. You never know.
Okay, let's just continue the path and then follow the tiles that I cannot pick up.
I'm gonna strum my guitar as we go as a kind of like echolocation for elves.
Yes, let's attract everything and everything in the area to us. That would minimize us having to search for them.
Exactly. Sounds great.
I mean,
After
this
some
will be a very
time,
old. If we don't have enough time, for like sneaky things, we have to be fast and furious.
Yeah.
you pass the waterfalls and continue along the tiled aspects that you can follow. The terrain slightly begins to change as the walls turn in towards the center of the jungle. After a little more walking, you find yourself
Okay, this might just be a really freaking honking huge map.
Speaking about the maps with more than 5-foot tile,
Can't see anything. My token isn't on this map.
me neither.
Oh, do I not have the vision set for this one? Oh, you know what? Didn't they get reset from the... I should go check them all.
I hear epic music.
Nice.
But I see no. Oh. Ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Looks dope.
So fresh and green.
It reminds me of home. This is a welcome change of pace. A little bit. I take that back. I'm sorry.
Reminds me of my skin.
Because it's green.
Yep.
You all see an archway with some stairs going up.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, I should not interrupt you in the middle of your description before I ask the question.
What's your question?
On the map, that's lit. Is it lit in the game as well?
It is.
That's a lit lamp, guys. Someone's been here.
How does the lamp? Is it like a traditional lamp, or is it like heated with like somewhere else?
We'll do an
Go ahead, select
Arcana
the
check
lamp.
on it.
Yeah. I want to know if it's magic or not. Okay, no.
Both of you do indeed sense a magical flame burning within that lantern.
So it could be that actually it's magic and it's just burning for forever.
I've heard of a magic like that.
It depends on how it's funneled, theoretically.
If it's internally burning, then it's not necessarily proves that anyone's been here recently. It just never goes out.
Exactly, but it's a good indication. Let's just keep on going.
Yeah, it's a good sign. Let's keep following these stairs.
A quick question while we are walking. The path that we are going on, right now because the stones are pretty much basically underground, sort of like under the sand and not really like well maintained. Is the path changing also in terms of maintenance? Do we see like signs of travel patterns that people used it or creatures used it?
None that you can outright notice. No.
Ingress. Weird. That was
Oh,
an idea, man. It could be that it's changing now that we're close to an archway.
And nobody recognizes the architecture of what we're seeing.
I honestly, if the ruins are that old, I can try and history check, but I will ask the DM on that one because this architecture is most likely so old that I would not even have read about this in the studies.
I mean, we came here to find a lost civilization.
Yeah, so I would not feel comfortable, rolling for it if this
Yeah,
is if this makes
doesn't mean
sense.
somebody wasn't here before us. Maybe saw it and wrote back on it, documented it.
This is underground, and is that as we said before, I think we had only like one travel log and didn't mention anything
I mean,
about
just
underground.
just look at the size of this place. Imagine how many people used to live here once upon a time. This place was probably massive.
More importantly, where did they all go?
Well, it might not have been that many, but how tall the creatures are. Don't forget.
Yeah, that's right. Everything here is giant.
Is it still giant?
yeah, the archway is giant,
Okay.
and every step is. If you have decided to walk up to where the steps begin, the steps are definitely large. It doesn't take a perception roll to know that.
Okay. I guess we keep following the path. There's more and more hints that we're on the trail of somebody somewhere. I just hope they're in the talking mood.
I hope they just survive and we have some reasonable discussions. Because even if they're in the mood of talking, if they're like how long the civilization is lost, you never know how much they actually still know, from their grandfathers.
Yeah. If we do find someone, let's not bombard them with questions right away.
Sorry, I thought I heard something.
Huh?
What?
I rolled a perception. I thought I heard something over in the bushes there.
We will narrow their eyes and flick their ears in that general direction and listen.
Okay. Um,
Okay, I'm starting to see what you guys were talking about with this freaking dice, because that did not look natural at all.
Klee, you're not really sure if you hear anything or not. Marnoth, you can confirm you think you heard something as well.
Something in those bushes.
Up the stairs a bit.
Should I sneak up and take a closer look?
Well, if he's hiding in the bushes, most likely he sees us. Otherwise, he would have come out.
Well,
so-
I'm good at hiding in bushes too.
He
We
already.
can,
Okay.
yeah, we can take a chance and call out to it.
Might as well if you see this.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Let's
You're there. We know you're there. Why don't you come out and talk to us? Good conversation. This is going well.
Yeah.
Did anybody actually see anything? Or?
I'm getting flashbacks to the tiger.
Meats.
Tiger meat.
Let's just keep going. Give that little spot of white earth.
It sounds like it's right in your
I'm
way.
waving in the direction of the bush. Not approaching it, just waving.
He's trying to decide how this is about to go down.
Violence time. Draw sword.
Well, I do have one question, but I will.
Oh, because I'm now an old grandpa. I'm looking much more handsome to children. Hello, youngling. Would you like to go, my man?
I'm drowning you in that river.
I'm already dead inside.
That's why I need all these children to fill my soul.
God damn it.
Okay, Marnoth. If you are wearing the eyepiece, roll perception with advantage, please. Okay, thank you. All right, so Marnoth, you see what seems to be a white light type figure through the lens move up towards in the direction of the stairs going up away from you guys at ridiculous speed, like zip. It's like near gone. Yeah,
Hacker.
even plaid,
Oh snap! They're going
like fast.
Were those cats fast as lightning?
Through your other eye that doesn't have the lens over it, you see nothing at all.
Whispering.
I guess that explains that.
We seem to have disturbed something that we can't just see. This eyeglass, let me see some sort of figure quickly go up those steps.
So, wait. So it was like invisible or something to that thing that you see it?
It would appear.
Or has it just not gone up there yet? Don't you see, like, in the future with that eyepiece?
That's a good point. Whatever you are, I can see you. Do you think it's any reaction?
What did it look like?
It looked like the figure of a person about, but it was moving really fast.
Was it giant?
Looked like it scaled with the size of the steps, so I'm going to say yes. Is that accurate, Lewis?
It is.
Okay. Something giant, incredibly fast, and visible only to the person with the magic spyglass.
And can interact with matter because the bush moved.
That's not alarming at all. Well, it certainly knows we're here now. But if it's really that fast and it's really invisible to anybody that doesn't have that thing, I don't think there was any avoiding not getting its attention.
Well, and I think if it wanted to do something about us, it would have by now. It might be going back to report us to others, but nothing we can do about that now.
How fast was it?
Extremely.
Like fast enough to clock us all in the face and be gone before we could react fast?
Yes.
great. Yeah, that it probably would have done something if it wanted to.
Well, let's keep going then. I'll be sure to keep looking.
Yeah, if it's only visible to that thing, keep an eye out, I guess. Nothing to do but keep going. You can't exactly just turn around.
Yeah, keep it.
Well, if they ran from us, maybe they're not hostile, and if they're not hostile, maybe they're willing
But
to talk.
they haven't engaged yet, which is a good sign. Honestly, if don't forget, we are on not our territory. Whatever these lights are or these creatures are, most likely this is their home turf. They haven't butchered us, even though they're invisible and most likely had multiple chances of doing so.
Yeah,
So,
its reaction to us was to run, which is better than it trying to murder us. So we're already doing a little bit better than we had, worst case, feared. Let's keep going. If it went off to tell somebody, it's going to bring back friends, and I think we'll have our opportunity to talk if we're going to have it ever. So,
correct.
if a bunch of them start watching us from the tree line, do let us know.
We're not going to have an opportunity to do anything else, so we might as well keep moving.
Yep.
Yeah, let's keep going. Proceed.
We are proceeding. We are keeping swimming and swimming and swimming.
Okay. You can all see the decorative tiles continue up the stairs as the incline starts to level out. Let's see.
Why am I getting like a more and more anxious feeling when you roll?
Doesn't it just make you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Great. Edrix, we got a long rest. Heal.
Nice.
Also, this audio track didn't loop, so you're going to maybe want to check that now that it's
I should probably do that with advantage, shouldn't I?
wait. Oh, well, we found the tiles that are bigger than they appear. Each one of these is 20 fucking feet. Holy shit. I guess I can move 2 of them.
I only got 30. Do I get to move 2, or is it just rounded down?
Oh shit, where's Gary?
So you should actually be able to place yourself on the sides of these tiles too, I think.
No, right now you have it set to lock. They
Okay.
they lock to the center only.
Okay. I need to go change that then.
That's what the default is. We're also a heck of a lot smaller.
As you guys move up into a more heavily tiled area, massive wall and gates before you.
Oh. Do you see the gates yet? No. It's an open.
Shit.
You see two beings go into the gates as you guys approach. One shorter than the other, long flowing hair.
It's like, do we see this all, or is this still the light creatures?
Uh, you all see this. They look flesh and blood to you.
And they have weapons?
So just to clarify, we saw them for a moment and then they raced beyond the gates at that same extreme speed.
I wouldn't say at the same extreme speed, but certainly with
Elaborate.
unbelievable speed.
So we kind of stared at each other across the way for a second and then they were gone.
Yes.
Oh boy.
So they saw us.
Yes.
Were they giant?
I mean,
Or were they more
from-
online?
from your perspective, their size seemed fitting for the gates and walls before you.
So
They scale.
So we have giant elves. Great.
Fantastic. Not just cunts. Massive cunts.
You guys saw that, right?
Exciting.
They kind of look like elves, like from my homeland, except way bigger.
So probably the elves we need to speak to.
Yeah.
They
That's
don't
a
seem
cool
real
team.
keen on speaking to us.
I mean, they keep retreating from us for now, but I have a feeling we'll be confronted at some point.
Nothing that large retreats from us. We're a party of midgets.
They could literally grab me and hold me in one fist. It looks like a little bit.
Yeah, you like that?
I have no
Is
comment.
that what you think? You want to be paid?
Have you,
Look, most ladies already.
Zura
pick
can
me.
pick you up and pet you. Huh? You want to feel loved?
Eating cheese.
Yeah.
wow. Did you
60
know?
gold an hour, though.
So quick question: what do you like now more, this kind of jokes or the cheese jokes? I'm just trying to gauge here.
Walked in the boat.
Who's knocking on the door? One of us needs to walk.
Do you drink water from those little wall-mounted thingies?
No.
Took me a second to get what he was talking
All
about.
right. Well, if we're all about to die, we might as well get the banner in now. I'm gonna go knock on the door. Knock, knock.
Holy shit! How big are they? How tall are they?
Yeah, do you even reach like the door knocker?
Not even close.
Hey, Gary.
I'll just lift them up real quick.
Need you to
be right
go hit that door as hard as you can, boy.
Can I reach it, actually?
Yeah, you could probably reach the handle above your head.
The only a regular sized person can in our party.
What if we all stacked on top of each other and wore a trench coat?
Knock on it. Well. I'll
Hello, we
whisper.
come
Damn.
to talk about your extended
And-
car insurance.
It's an extremely heavy door piece.
Does he succeed in his knock?
He succeeded in a small knock.
Like a dink? Like a bird hitting the door?
Hmm.
Need something a little more effective.
After a moment, the door slowly begins to open, and standing in front of you is the shorter of the two people you just saw. peering around the gate.
Greetings.
You hear a youngish but low, deep voice. What are you?
An orc. I'm also aging quite rapidly, unfortunately. I used to be a younger orc 10 minutes ago.
He's a human. He's an orc. He's a gnome. He's a kobold. I'm a mouse folk.
As you guys are talking, uh, another female face peeks around the door as well,
Hello.
above the younger male there, which the young man that you first started speaking to is at least a foot, maybe 2 feet taller than the tallest of your group.
Too big.
The female face peering around the door towers over him.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
Fucking neck
Hi there.
cramps talking to these people.
Well, you can all see that they do look elvish in nature. Skin very pale, though, paler than any elf you guys have ever seen.
But we've never seen elves. Have we?
I've never seen elves.
I am going to try
He
to.
has. Grimfang has.
They're all
But-
over my homeland. In fact,
Well, there would have been but more. There would have been more like sunbird or like anyway more darker in complexion because of
Yeah,
the.
I would have seen dark elves because the Underdark. So
Yeah.
I am going to try to greet them in Elvish. Hello. I hope we're not intruding, but we stumbled our way down here, and some of us got afflicted with some fairly nasty magic.
Hear me, I say. On the back.
Where are your languages, Clee?
Should be on my sheet on the right side of the left side of attributes, right under all my skills.
Okay, I'm going through all the other tabs, not even looking on the page.
Right under dark vision.
Yeah.
Things like Sylvan is advanced language, and giants don't exist, so I can't have giant.
Okay, so they understand what you're saying, but when they reply to you, it sounds like Elvish, but you don't really understand what they're saying. So it sounds different.
Sorry, what was that? I kind of understand your dialects, if that's Elvish at all.
He grins and kind of chuckles and holds out his arm where there is a tattoo of a certain symbol. Anybody who's looking at it can roll history. Marnoth, you identify it as celestial in nature.
it's a celestial tattoo. Does that have a particular name?
Probably AFK.
you sense magic coming from the tattoo.
Uh, do you guys know what that is?
They open the door completely. You can now see the two of them standing together, and they sort of back away from the door.
Kind of like
I-
inviting us in.
Yeah.
I'll walk in.
It would be rude not to, wouldn't it?
Even ruder if they never let us out.
You guys make your way inside the walls. You can see many structures around, some high-hanging bridges over pillars, staircases going up to the towers of those arches. You can see all the structures that are around you are all built up on foundation. And what I guess what you could call the streets are completely decorated with mosaic tiles as far as you can see.
Is there anybody else there?
You do not see any others walking around.
Hey, I'm.
The taller female asks everyone, "Where are you from, and how did you get here?"
You saying that in common?
Yeah.
We're from, I guess you'd call it the surface.
You've not had visitors here for a long time.
Well,
Where is here exactly?
Well, you are in Ellestrade.
well, the thing is, we were kind of hoping to find Elistray, but up on the surface, it's kind of a legend. No one's been able to find you for the longest time, so it's only a rumor you even exist. And we got here through some, honestly, kind of freaky temple of sorts. Some of my companions here triggered some sort of trap while we were there, and now they're rapidly aging.
And I'm back.
And the younger male is a little giddy knowing that you guys are from the outside. He looks up at the female in sort of a playful voice. Oh, I hope I can explore the outside one day.
Do you guys not have a way to the surface?
Can I make an insight check to see if I can't recognize what emotion flashes across the larger woman's face when he says that?
Sure.
I'd also like to ask them whether or not they've been here a long time. How long have they been here? I guess since the water has been pouring down the sides of those cliffs, because the way I see it, did this whole city possibly just sink? Or did everything just kind of expand around it and grow up to be these 2 mile cliffs we have?
24.
The emotion on her face seems I don't know, not negative, but
Apathetic,
Oh,
maybe?
yeah, empathetic, I guess, towards what he wants to do, but
At the same time, apprehensive.
yeah. The lady says, "I'm sorry. He's very eager to get out, but he's still much too young, much too young."
How old is he?
And she, she says, "Let me introduce myself. Uh, this is uh, sorry, notes. I was about to switch their names, and I wanted to get it right. Um, this is Eldrin," and she points to the younger man. "And my name's Zuri."
Eldrin, man, Eldrin, and Siri.
Zuri, Zury, is her name. Eldrin is his name.
Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I'm Klee.
This is my younger brother.
There are many more of you around. The streets seem kind of empty for how big it is.
There's not many of us left, she says with a stagnant face.
Oh, well, I suppose we're actually kind of here to find this place, and if, upon finding this place, to talk a little. That's the main reason we're here, just to talk. But I hate to be pushy, but I'm a little concerned with the curse that my companions are currently suffering from.
Her eyes widen. "Curse?"
Well, like I said, we came across some strange and definitely very dangerous magic on the way we stumbled into this place. There was a lot of very.
She holds up a glass wand. It looks like glass in the shape of a lightning bolt.
A butt plug.
And as it begins to glow brightly, white light forms around everybody. Basically, a bubble of white light extends out from her wand.
I guess our tattoos are pretty visible too, wouldn't they?
Mm, the three of you aging um, feel like you've just gained about 5 years back to your life.
Oh, cool.
I feel invigorated.
I feel less crotchety.
What?
Zuri says, "You should start feeling better over time now that you're here. But you guys need to go speak to Min."
Who is Min?
She is our elder.
All right.
Okay.
Can you point us where we can find Min?
Yeah, just follow these archways all the way to the middle uh, temple.
Okay. Sure.
Come.
I suppose they would probably be a bit good person to ask questions to. So you don't get many visitors down here, do you?
No, we haven't seen anybody in. Oh, I don't know, when I was a young child, I suppose, before he was born.
How long ago was that?
He, she looks down at her little brother and says, "How old are you now? What, about 84?" He sort of chagrins down low Yes,
Ah,
like 84 is a really young age.
I see. Uh, do you not want guests?
Well, we've just never had anyone visit us in a while.
Who was the
And
last person that visited you, and who were they?
I don't know who they were. You'll have to get that from Min.
Are they still here by chance?
The last people to visit us? No.
What race were they?
Racist.
Have you asked us what we were before? I kind of look at the younger one. You've never seen anybody like us before?
He giggles, no.
Well, I'm a mouseful.
Does the younger male elf looks like he maybe pets cats too hard or strangles them?
I will love him, and I will name him George.
Oh God!
Runs off with Clay. Never see him again.
Gonna be his pets for a while. I see you like the color green.
Is this the place?
I will call you Captain Munchkin. Yeah, so
Oh,
do you want
I
us
didn't
to?
even see you guys on the map anymore. It's because I still had
I still have to
Murnoff
picture up.
selected.
We
Um,
wandered.
shall we to visit this min? Shall we go by ourselves, or is it like we don't want to disturb the grounds here?
Uh,
Or we?
I thought you guys were still back there. Yeah, so as you guys approach the main staircase, um, they walk you up, of course, but then at the front archways into the temple, they both stop, and she looks at you guys, please, and sort of shows her hands through the main doors.
Okay, guys, shall we?
Yep.
That's what we came here to do. I have so many questions.
I did not venture out. Is one of the questions.
We take like a 5-minute break. I need to take care of something.
Well,
Yeah, go for it.
I kind of figure
God,
maybe they don't want to be.
Yeah, and it's very strange when she said like, no, we just didn't have visitors. Did we inside check her? I should have inside checked her.
I don't think they're bullshitting us.
I don't think genuinely just live here.
They just don't leave much or want to draw much attention to themselves. I think maybe.
I'm not sure. I'm not very familiar with elves. The most elves that I know were more like power hungry super mages. So you know more. Like elves are more reclusive. I heard.
Well, ones I knew could throw one hell of a party. Most of the time, otherwise they can be a little reserved. It kind of varies with elves, honestly. They seem to recognize it. Well, they recognize common too. I don't know.
Okay.
They spoke some kind of Elvish I didn't get. It's very similar, but not the same language.
Okay. Let's just go. Otherwise, it's rude.
I guess we approach them.
As you approach, you can see two people standing there having what looks to be like an argument with two smaller flying little creatures. As you guys get closer, the two little flying creatures buzz off.
Do we recognize the flying creatures? What they are?
Would you recognize a pixie type race?
I probably would
Oh,
from
I
my
would
time in the
know it.
forest. That's kind of where they usually live.
Mm-hmm.
Those look like pixies, but were they normal-sized pixies, or were they also giant pixies? Is gigantism just a trait right down here?
I mean, given the size of who they were floating next to, I would say they looked abnormally large for a pixie.
Okay, everything's just big down here.
More like flying gnomes.
Maybe I'll get normal
Oh
size
God,
if I
don't
stay down here long enough.
Oh God!
don't phrase it like that, please. Eh, could we overhear a little bit of what they might have been arguing about, or did they fled when we approached? So obviously, us approaching is something that was noticed.
It was, and you
You
heard
goddamn.
the woman standing about somewhere around 14 feet tall, turns and looks down at all of you. Hello, visitors.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you.
We were expected.
For some 200 years now, at least.
Uh,
We're pretty late then, huh?
Then it was foretold. Now is the time of action.
I'm feeling a little lost here. Me and my friends here came to this jungle looking for rumors of a lost ancient civilization. I guess we found them, that being you. No, we know the name of this place, but not if it's even necessarily real. Is there a particular reason that you haven't really been interacting much with the surface? Is that being too nosy?
Kind of.
We are the descendants of Sharadi and Shire.
Would you mind enlightening me on who Sharati is?
We are beings of the celestial realm, and we are the ancestors of those first beings. Most who have died in the cataclysm and the war thereafter.
Oh, well, that's funny because one of the main reasons we came to look for you is most of the records of the cataclysm were lost because of the cataclysm. So we're hoping that you might be able to fill in the blanks a little bit. I'm afraid that most of
She
us.
stops you in what you're saying and simply says, "Follow me." And she starts walking towards another staircase that goes up.
Okay.
Okay, guys, are we part of some sort of prophecy? What the heck? I did not sign up for this.
I always felt part of a prophecy. Let's go.
I think we should probably keep telling them we are and just hope for the best.
I mean, I did grow up on stories of heroes and prophecies and stuff like that. I just never really expected to be part of it. But anyway, let's go.
What do you think will happen if we're not?
Who doesn't want a little?
I don't know. I'm
profit?
winging it at this point.
These are basically, giant elves. They are going to, if we are not fulfilling what they need, we are so dead.
We'll pick you up permanently, Clee.
You can be the new pet of the guy that we just met.
If you're lucky.
I would not prefer. These people seem pretty chill so far.
Wait until you find out they are furries.
Until they find out we
what?
blew up like their king's fucking burial chamber.
Shut.
Oof.
Allegedly.
Whoopsies, my bad.
Allegedly.
Let's keep going.
The group
Grab and
walks
clamp.
to a staircase of a central spire that goes up and up and up and up and up. And once you get to the top, there is what is left of an altar of some sort, but it's been blown to bits.
Oh, that's an unfortunate amount of vandalism.
Well, that wasn't foreshadowing. I don't know what is. That's like handiwork.
I don't mean to intrude, but you mentioned something about a prophecy or foretold that our visit was foretold.
Patience, little one.
Oh, sorry.
This, she points down, was the seat of the beacon.
Bacon, you say?
I'm afraid I don't know what a beacon is.
Device created by the ancients that built this place, the Celestials. And it balanced light and dark, and how it exists with time.
Okay.
And the fight between light and dark. It contained it in these lands after the cataclysm. And she goes on to explain that when the cataclysm happened, for a time it unleashed darkness across the entire land. And time and space had shattered, basically creating cracks between this world, the world of the Celestials, and what she refers to as the world of darkness. And when that happened, they all began to merge, and darkness came to the celestial realm. And with the realms being fractured within time, emanating from this place, it basically created cracks in the fabric of space for darkness to come crawling out of wherever it wanted to go. Wherever there was a crack, darkness could spew. And so the ancients of this place built a beacon that put out a magical field to balance this land, thus darkness could not enter.
So the veil between worlds and magic and all of that was thrown out of balance, and that law caused fracturing and instability. And the beacon was designed to stabilize that.
Yes, indeed.
It appears to have been blown up.
And stolen.
Stolen?
Stolen.
By who and why?
Why we do not know. As far as who, we do not know his name. We simply know him as a dark mage who hails from Garo. He and an army of dark beings came here and somehow made it through the magical field, breached our walls, and began destroying the city. And this dark mage came to this tower, took the beacon, and destroyed the seat.
I have a question. How long ago was that? How many years?
When the beacon was stolen,
Mm-hmm.
it's been 60 years now, I say, 65 years. I'm not quite certain of time anymore. She kind of shakes her head a little, looking down.
Is time? You said it that the conflict between an imbalance between the duality of light and dark was also well, pardon my was also messing with time and space. Does that mean that there's some weird time things going on down here?
You will soon find there will be weird time things, as you say, going on all over the lands. You, she looks at all of you, must retrieve the beacon.
That's
She begins walking down the stairs again, ushering you with her.
What does this beacon even look like?
I will show you. Follow me.
Yay! Guys, is it maybe because we have this amazing tattoos that we're not champions of light and dark? Why would dark be interested in? I don't understand.
Where did you say he was from? Garo?
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell is Garo?
I don't know. The question is it even yet there if it messes with time? Maybe this person.
Let's keep following. I have a feeling if we just are just patient, she might just answer it all for us.
Yeah.
And what exactly they were waiting for us for, and why we need to go save the beacon. But let's follow her. Yeah.
How do you spell in English bacon? Beacon. Is it the same as bacon? No, there's an E somewhere.
Mm-mm.
E-A. Okay.
Yeah, bacon is just BACON.
I have spelled. It's the holy bacon that we have to find. I have written it down wrongly. It is bacon now.
No, it's
I'm
Kevin
fine
Bacon.
with it. No, we don't need to find him. You can stay lost.
He wasn't in Lost. Was he? Are we in Lost right now?
We are here to find the holy bacon. Okay.
Yep.
No one's
Bacon
holier than Kevin
that
Bacon.
restores the taste buds of everybody.
And then coats him in grease.
As you guys are walking,
Does it make us young?
do what?
If we put holy bacon on our face, does it make us younger?
Picture a piece of bacon slapping someone in the face. I needed that.
Shamans just crowded around someone slapping on the bacon.
Chanting some shit while slapping you with a slice of thick cut.
Oh, yo, young splat.
Oscar Mayer. Oscar Mayer.
As you guys are walking, she explains that they were once known as the keepers of the beacon.
Can't be called that anymore.
It was stolen by a dark mage who was said to be working for Prince Bura.
Who's that?
Um, I mean, technically, it would sort of be wide knowledge. Well, that certainly you would know that. He was the prince from the kingdom. Of the king. He was the prince from King Braun, or the kingdom of Braun. Descendants down the line, and he led an army to try and take over Riken back in the day. He is who Buran, the city in the desert, is named after.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, this makes sense.
I was saying Buran.
So this place was invaded by a dark wizard sent by the king of Garo, which is the land of orcs, in which case he then retreated and founded a city in the desert.
It's not founded, it's older than 60 years, the desert city. Or it is older than 60 years.
For sure.
But, guys, I come from Buran. I mean, there are a bunch of dark mages basically trying to constantly outplay each other.
Yeah, but is there one that is like the dark mage?
Yeah, it depends on the time of the day and who has which power. It's hard to follow. Basically, it's like, I would like to say like Game of Thrones, but it's basically, and Lost, please correct me if I'm wrong here. It's basically constant power struggle in the city with who is more powerful.
For sure.
There are
But
some pop
you
rocks.
do know there are some places that um, nobody dares trifle with, namely the most famous place in the city, which is a giant pyramid temple. You would be aware of that.
Yeah, so I relate this. Basically, there's one that nobody goes. It's the pyramid. Is it where the king is? The pyramid?
So we have to go. So we have to go steal the beacon back from there.
Oh, guys, I'm just saying, no problem. Always down to that. Just saying, the city's basically fucked. I mean, lives are worth nothing there. Just then you know this guy, so it's not like your average city in Riken where you have like civilized police and so on. Everybody bribes everybody and a lot of powerful mages running around.
She brings you to a room with carvings all around the walls. One wall looks to have some sort of calendar. One wall seems to have a depiction of characters that oddly look like you guys.
Oh no.
And you see a depiction of what looks to be like a cube type uh, thing with different symbols and stuff on each face.
You're telling me they just so happen to have two normies and a herd of midgets plastered on the side of the wall.
Clee's eyes are kind of wide.
Um, let's see. I suppose. I don't know. Should I make you roll something for that? Um, yeah, give me a basic and just an intelligence check.
Just basic intelligence? I'm going to roll with that. Don't worry, I will fuck this up as well.
Everybody can. Who's looking at the calendar?
Oh, pretty smart.
Okay, well, you're all clear enough to certainly understand that the calendar you're looking at seems to start 5 days before the cataclysm. And it seems to end 6 months from now.
Oh.
Is this basically our timetable?
You see 7 figures standing in a half circle, raising their staffs to a sun's streaming rays of light. And Min looks at you and says, "You have to the end of this calendar to retrieve the beacon and relight it. Otherwise, this world will be encased in darkness, and the true war will begin."
Oh.
So what does this beacon look like?
The stone carving on the wall looks like just looks like a cube with symbols carved in each face.
You said we had to light it. How does one light this beacon?
Must place it on its seat.
The broken one? Does that
No.
mean we... Oh.
There is one other seat.
One other seat.
And where might that be?
Seat, like what you would sit on. Seat,
Okay,
what
okay.
it sits on.
Sorry, English not very good all the time. Thank you.
The
Comment
pyramid of
was the problem.
The pyramid of soul contains a seat for the light. Must place the beacon upon the seat.
There's the pyramid of soul.
Well, the pyramid of soul is in Buran, but first you must seek out the beacon.
Might also be in Buran.
You need to get to Garo. That is the home of the Dark Mage.
Is Garo not? Garo was the Orc city, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
So basically, our task now has become clear. Basically, we have to make a heist in the Orc city to get bacon. Then we have to go to the highly secure pyramid of souls in the middle of Buran. In Buran, which is also something that nobody goes there because basically everybody never comes back when they even say they want to go there. And then we have to place it on the seat, shoot some magic in it, and boom, save the world. Easy.
She walks the group over to it's like a fountain in the middle of the room, very low pool of water basically, and it's swirling around on its own. And she raises her finger, and from her long fingernail comes a small, thin beam of light as she points into the pool. And you can see the whole continent, basically. And you can see darkness spewing out from the center. And you can even see darkness held at the walls, the outer walls of the city in which you currently inhabit. And that image shimmers and lightly fades in and out in this pool. This is what awaits us if you do not succeed.
So is this also the reason why we see more and more of these shade creatures running around?
It is.
And why they seem so focused on us.
Anywhere there is a crack that is of the they can
So
enter from.
let me ask the following, then, High Priestess, because we got when we when we went to you into this settlement here, we all got tattoos, and all of us have, you know, white tattoos, and some of us have black tattoos. I assume it represents the black tattoos represents the darkness. However, I'm just asking, why would we get power from the darkness if it wants to consume everything? Is there still a force that wants to balance it within it? I'm just not sure. If this question makes sense, I'm not sure.
It does. Um,
Yeah, we ended up with these strange tattoos after encountering something.
you will need to make decisions along your journey. Some of those decisions can only be affected by one side or the other. Some places can only be visited by one side or the other. Some things can only be seen by one side or the other.
So wait, you mean by when you say one side or the other, you mean those of us with different colored tattoos? Then that means that there's a 4-2 split among us.
And not only
You
that,
have chosen your connections. That of which you have chosen is which you will alter and interact with.
so it's more like a key than actually allegiance. If
It is no allegiance.
Yeah, so it's a key basically.
And, mind you, it is temporary.
Oh, did I get a proficiency into the mind of my life? What the fuck is that? I mean, oh yeah, I understand.
All of you affected by age, standing next to this water, now feel completely refreshed.
Ooh. Do we look also young, or do we still look like our old?
No, your looks have changed. How you feel has changed. It's as if the aging never occurred at the moment.
Nice. At the moment, you motherfucker. Let's see what I did there.
I want to ask the high priestess if she could tell me a little bit more about my hunting horn hammer thing. The material it's made of. And all that. Any relation to.
What do you wish to know of this
I want
material it's made of, or
material, any connection it has to, uh, the cataclysm, and then if there's any way to make it stronger that she knows of.
she looks at it. Uh, she simply refers to it as a piece of the heart.
Piece of the heart.
If you want to strengthen its power, you'll have to go to the center.
I also have a question. I sure have my book. Like, yeah, I got this from my former employer. Let's call it like that, and it has been very useful. Is there anything specific about the book that you can tell me? Besides its awesome nature, I mean, I know it's so cool.
You wish to know something about your book?
Yes, please.
Secrets perhaps it's holding from you?
Yes, please. Got it, girl.
She holds her finger up to the book, and a beam of light comes from her fingernail to the book. A the pages of your book begin to turn sporadically, and suddenly it slams shut.
Okay.
She tells you that your book is lost in time.
What?
It knows not who or what it is,
Oh,
only that it serves you. Um, she tells you, you need to meditate with this book for long periods of time if you wish to know its secrets, and its secrets are spread throughout time.
Oh, and throughout time. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Now come with me, she says, and she takes you guys back out to the main chamber, and you start heading out the back door.
I mean,
Any other questions before you set on your journey?
Maybe what's the best way to get out of here safely?
I
But yeah.
mean, not to ask the cliched kind of question, but why us?
That is what was foretold.
I okay. So we gotta
We
save the
simply
world.
carry the knowledge of the keepers. The keepers are those who aid this.
Okay. Well then, um, it's just you all seem a lot older and stronger than we are, at least in the
We are
moment.
few, and you out there are many. We are the last of the keepers and the last of the knowledge. Thus we have stayed quiet and hidden until this time.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the war that happened after the cataclysm? It, um, I would figure that after the cataclysm, everyone wouldn't exactly be in the right state to have a war.
No, not normal civilization. Somehow, Ura and some dark lords raised an army.
I see.
An army of darkness.
All right. Guess I get to make my own legend then. Go and save the world.
I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen my parents?
She closes her eyes for a moment. And when her eyes open again, you can see a orange glow in her eye just start to fade for a minute. They still live far from here.
Would you be able to tell if I'll ever see them again?
You may. I cannot see the end.
All right.
One last question before we leave. If we, manage to do all of that, basically reignite the beacon and so on, what is stopping Dark Forces to do it again and steal the beacon again? Is there anything that we need to do after we ignite the beacon to safeguard the situation?
That is for another time. The beacon first. Without the beacon, there is no chance for the next step.
I'm just asking, if there's anything that we need to basically consider when we do all of that. Okay, cool.
Are
Thank you.
you familiar with the name Riken?
Oh, good
Tis
question.
the name of this landmass. Tis the name of its king.
You know of King Riken?
Well, yes. We've spoken person.
How long ago was that?
Oh, in your years, I would say 250, 240 something years ago.
Okay.
Can you tell us why he lives so long for a human? Is he?
If he had met and talked to you before, why would he? Did he send us here on purpose? To see this?
I think so. Is he part of the? Is he part of the keepers? Or
He was a keeper.
Oh, um, what is the requirement to be a keeper?
Well, you must have celestial blood, of course.
Okay. Okay.
And what are the
Learning.
benefits? Is there a benefits package?
do you really want to apply for a keeper position right now?
Uh, uh, do you, might you have any advice on where we should head next?
Well,
Perhaps
perhaps
wait.
first you should inform the king of your visit here in conversation with me, and then find that dark mage,
I think the best start
and
to
either
play.
retrieve the beacon from the mage, or find out where the mage sent the beacon. If he does not have it, you need to find the beacon.
Okay. I suppose that foretelling that you had mentioned guiding us along to find these things out. I guess we'll run into things as we need to then?
Do you have the eyepiece? She looks at Marnoth.
I do.
Use it. It will show you where to go. Follow the trail.
Clee will also kind of like hold their arm a little bit to show the bracer.
She sees the bracer and acknowledges it. Wonderful. Now you have the tools. Do you have the will?
Well, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
Well, we have either this or 6 months left, basically, as it looks like.
I intend to keep on living for quite a while yet.
She walks you guys across the bridge out the back. And as you approach the end of the bridge, You see a landing.
In a rocket ship.
And you see what looks like an older elven style sailboat that has been rigged up to a balloon. The sailboat has
1 second. Is this an airship? Is this an airship?
It looks like a flying ship.
it's
Is it an
an
airship?
airship.
I call shotgun.
I knew Pirate Heads was the best idea ever.
You can see the blimp. The balloon part is comprised of like
Please,
different
don't call it a
linens
blimp.
and
It's a
stuff.
zeppelin. It's a zeppelin.
Okay, your zeppelin is comprised of different patterns and materials, like they were just woven together to make it. Ropes lashed around it all. There's a elven style dragon on the front being chased by a yellow sun of gold. And on the back, there is a red elvish dragon chasing a red sun.
Okay. One question. I don't want to be a bummer here. Does anybody know how to fly an airship?
I know how to helm a boat.
I'm
I
willing
know
to
how
try.
drive a cart.
No. I'm just saying. Is there maybe a chance, Priestess, if we can get maybe one person from you to help us in our journey? Because if you fly around with a flying boat and we have to stop at places like Baran, this is the first thing that gets stolen, like right under our ass.
That's true. We have a security detail.
At least one person that basically can fly the ship and keep it out of sort of basically.
Says they're gonna let us keep it.
No, I'm just saying that we can at least like get dropped off in the night. We can do our business and then mm, you know don't have to worry about our transportation, especially if we have to move rapidly. We only have 6 months. And 6 months, we have to basically go to Riken, inform the king. We have to find Garan, and then we have to get the beacon, get into the pyramid. Um, if we lose our airship, this means we lose a lot of travel speed.
Well, and don't forget we still have our rabbit friend with the boat up on the shore.
I'm not trusting a rabbit that I don't know with an elven zeppelin, yeah, of amazingness.
Well, what I'm saying is that we can fly back up, go to the shore real quick, at least meet him there if he's still there and hasn't taken off with all of our shit.
Wait. What do you mean if he's still there?
Yeah, exactly what I'm saying.
You
Might-
told him we would be in the jungle for a few days, possibly, right?
That doesn't mean he's stuck around.
Exactly. I'm not trusting him.
If we can verify he's still there, I say we trust him.
You know how much a flying ship will go for from the market? I'm just saying. There's
You know
only
how
a
much stuff we left on that boat?
How different? They kind of look over at the two. How different is this to a boat on the sea?
It's a boat in the sky.
Similar enough.
Strawn will explain, the gentleman that's been following her around this whole time.
Strawn? What is the name?
Strawn, Stran. He is my guardian, she said.
Function of Zeppelin. Can we call it the?
Oh.
What's the name of this fine ship?
Elf Zeppelin.
The dragon chaser.
He informs you that there is basically a combustion style engine in it. It takes you burn. There's like a little stove type thing that you can put coal or wood or some sort of fuel that burns in it. It's got a propeller on the back that turns when the engine is powered. And he shows you how to use the steering wheel to control the two fins that stick off either side to control direction of the ship. Shows you a lever that will open a pipe that will increase heat to the filled part of the ship to make you go higher. And he shows you another lever that opens a flap that lets out the gas inside.
So basically like the balloon. Okay.